Welcome to another week of Check It Out, Famitsu. Check it out. This week we have 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim on the cover. Vanillaware's art is always something that your eyes can kind of stare at and pick out all the little delicious morsels all the time. So they have a huge spread in this magazine about that game this week. There is also a huge report about PlayStation 4, what's coming up, what people think of it up until now. Tons of information. I've been trying to keep these podcasts to about 30 minutes. This issue is jam-packed with stuff, so I could definitely see past that 13 or 30-minute time that I've usually set for myself. As always, we're gonna look through Famitsu magazine. We're gonna talk about the top 30 games. We're gonna get the most wanted games. I did do some research, as I said I was going to over the past couple weeks, and looked up about the Bushido by level 5. So talk about that in most wanted section. And then we're gonna just take a look at some of the articles in here. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at the week's top 30 games. And I am working on a better system for showing off the magazine. What I would like to do is get a second camera that can face down on the magazine. Talking about focus on, look down at the magazine. I have to continually put the magazine directly in front of my face. I think before we talk about the weekly top 30, I think one of my favorite parts of the Famitsu podcast is talking about snacks. One of my favorite Japanese snacks is Black Thunder. This flavor is a special winter flavor that they did. It's only going to be around. I mean, it's already done, so I've been buying up the last of the whenever I can find them. This Black Thunder uses cream in it in the recipe, and there's actually cream that they use when they make these. And then the other thing that's quite interesting that I didn't know about, but then my friend pointed it out to me on the packaging, is that there's actually VSOP cognac in this little treat. It says that the alcohol percentage is 0.3%. So, and actually the cream percentage in this is 0.7%. So it's mostly sugar. But I haven't had dinner yet and I am starving. So I'm gonna eat this sucker. This is what it looks like. Your normal chocolate bar. I'm gonna turn this light down one shot. See if maybe we can get it any better. Not really. But yeah, so itadakimasu. So good. So, in this week's top 30, Pokemon Sword and Shield takes back over the first place. Last week it was number 3. Last week's number 1 moves down to number 2. It's the PlayStation 4 version of Persona 5 Scramble, the Phantom Strikers. Up from number 6 is Minecraft. Just doing amazingly well. And it looks like there is a collaboration between Minecraft and Uniqlo that starts on the 20th of this month. Um, it looks like there will be free skins for your character. Yeah, free skins for your character that you can download as a package on the store. Now, it doesn't say it here, but I would assume that this is probably just for the Japanese version. Maybe it'll be an American version as well. I guarantee it's probably only going to be a Switch thing. Number 4 up from number 10. I don't know if this still has to do with the sale or what, but Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Number 5 is Smash Brothers. Looks like that's up from number 8. Number 6 is the only new addition on this list, on the top 10 of the top 30. And that is Mega Man 0 and Zex. I'm not really sure what Zex is, if that's the name in English or maybe we have a different name. I know 0 is a Mega Man character, but it's called Mega Man 0 and Zex Double Hero Collection. So that is for the Switch. And then it also appears at number 11 for the PlayStation 4. So new Mega Man game. I've never really been super into Mega Man games. I've like forced myself into playing some of the really early ones. Ring Fit Adventure loses a couple spots. It's at number 7 this week. Persona 5 Scrambles Phantom Strikers is for the Switch is down to number 8 from number 2 last week. And then Super Mario Party is up to number 9 from. And Brain Training is 10. I'm not going to go over the rest of the 30. Like I said, number 11 is Mega Man, the new Mega Man game, the PlayStation version. Number 13 is the Switch game Love or Kiss. Love or Kiss, yeah. I think this is like a dating sim game. Number 18 is a PlayStation 4 game, One Punch Man, A Hero Nobody Knows. One Punch Man is popular. Number 23 is a new addition. It is Bubble Bobble 4 Friends. Interesting to see Bubble Bobble getting some love. And then I have no idea what the hell number 28 is. It says Toho Sky Arena Matsuri Climax. No idea. Which developer is a company called Mediascape, and it is action. No idea. Moving on to the top most wanted games. Final Fantasy VII Remake is holding it down at number 1 forever. Number 2 is Animal Crossing, which comes out in just a few hours, I believe. The date on here says 3/20 in Japan. Is it 3/20 in America and I'm just sadly mistaken? Let me Google this real quick. Nintendo site. Oh, it is March 20th. Oh, so I have a whole week to wait. Switch. I thought it came out today. Oh well. Alright. Well, that just... I got myself all amped up for that. Okay. And I've already preloaded it on my Switch. Moving on, number 3 is Biohazard 3 or Resident Evil 3. That moved up a spot from number 4, but I think it was at number 3. Number 4 is Tales of Arise, and then number 5 up from number 7, Breath of the Wild World, Zelda game. I'm not really gonna go to these. It looks like everything is the same. The only new addition is at 28. There's a new Sword Art online game called Lyciization Lycoris. Let's see, the top 10 Famitsu Most Wanted Rookie games. As I've said every week, these are games that there's no sequel to. Number 1, as always, is Bushido for the Switch. I did look up information about that. It's a level 5 game. It's something that they were originally developing to put onto PSP, and then that didn't happen. So I guess it's been like 10 years in the making. They said that they decided to put it out on the Switch. They're doing work to put it out on the Switch. It is a anime inspired horror game. Ushido means behind. And it, from the trailer that I watched, it looks like there is a ghost that takes over people's bodies, almost like the game Geist for GameCube. Anybody besides me remembers that game. You're going to take over bodies and you're going to move them around in the world. And then I'm guessing that you, being the ghost, have most of that person, like infecting them. The world looks like real Japan, which I find quite interesting. I do really like the anime style. I'm not a huge anime fan, but I really like the style, and I'm quite interested in it, actually. Number 2 is Cyberpunk 2077. Number 3 is Ghosts of Tsushima. Number 4 is, I can't read this kanji. Ten hole, maybe? Not really sure. Ten hole Sakuna Hime. Sakuna Hime. It's for the PlayStation 4. This says it's the PlayStation 4 version. So, oh yeah, it's coming out on Switch as well. The developer is Marvelous. The next one is the Chinese developed game called Genshin, maybe? Maybe Genshin. I don't think it would be Genkami. It's probably Genshin. Yeah, some kind of adventure game. Looks good. No, it says RPG. Screens look pretty interesting. I like the art style. That's coming to PlayStation 4. Number 6 is one of the final beta games, Anonymous Code. As I said, number 7 is that Tenho Saku. Quote me on. Anonymous Code is also coming to PlayStation 4. Root Film, Gods and Monsters. And then number 16 is a game called Revenge of Justice, which is coming from Namco, and it looks really cool. It's a simulation RPG. I think it's probably going to be a bit like Fire Emblem or Tactics. So, yeah, I think this week my game to look into is probably going to be that. So, and now that we've talked about all of the coming soon games, this is a game that is already out. It came out at the end of November in Japan. I would assume that it's probably coming to America, but I'm not 100% into that for next episode. But 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, new Vanillaware game. I love Vanillaware. Every game they make just looks gorgeous. Yeah. So, yeah, there's going to be a bunch of different sections in this feature that they've done. They're introducing the characters. They're introducing the story. Introducing mechs that are in the game. Here they're showing this food, and it says vanilla meishi. I follow Vanillaware on Twitter, and they post a lot of art. Like, they might be using it in this game with the way that this art style looks, but this is definitely hand drawn art, and the way that they draw it is just so beautiful, loving, and everything that they've drawn just looks insanely delicious. There are 13 characters in this game. They each have their own personalities, and they all look pretty anime. They all look like they're probably junior high school students, maybe. I'm not sure. Pretty young. This page goes into their relationships to each other. So there's a lot of arrows pointing around. This person is this to this person. Yeah, there's like mysteries to behold. This guy really likes yakisoba pan. This person likes crepes. This person likes ice cream, soft cream actually. Yeah, this girl is protecting. Will do anything to protect this guy, or will do anything for this guy. Senpais, kohais, that kind of stuff. Yeah, there's just tons of information about all these characters and how they're relating to each other. I guess with 13 main characters in the game, things can probably get. Vanillaware, known for their art, has added hand-drawn art, countdown. I don't know why they call it countdown pictures. Oh, yeah. That's what it was. I remember seeing these on their Twitter. Yeah, they were a countdown to the release of all these gorgeous pictures. I mean, just look at this takoyaki here. This is actually a picture somebody drew. Now it's probably maybe done with computers, but I mean, it looks perfect. It looks like something you could eat, but it's art. So, yeah, Vanillaware characters are always super cool, super sexy, super everything, over the top. Um, It looks like they had some kind of a premium talk event, guessing in Tokyo. Seeing exactly where immediately. Yeah, well, but it looks like mainly like voice actors, that kind of stuff. There was probably some development. Um, yeah, scripture. I'm guessing this goes into like how they made some of the dialogue or something. I'm not really. Um, just like with the Switch thing, they're asking people questions. So this is actually saying that like, what are your favorite characters? And I guess this guy is everybody's the readers of Famitsu's character. And then from there, interestingly, they have the sex of the people that played the game. Um, looks like 346 of them were women. At least the people that answered the survey. 346 of them were women. 427 were men. That seems like almost pretty even numbers. 20 of them didn't disclose their sex. Then it tells you their ages. Over 50 is 1.2%. 40 people in their 50. Yeah, people in their 50s was 1.2%. People in their 40s was 13.9%. People in their 30s, the vast majority of the audience, 45.1%. People in their 20s, 36.8%. People in their teens was 2%, and people who did not give their age was 0.7%. This page shows who is the favorite sub character. Oh, not one of the 13 Sentinels, and this guy right here. Um, it's got more pictures of delicious food, and they're actually doing like a review they do in for these yakisoba pan. You don't know what yakisoba pan is? Yakisoba pan is yakisoba, which is kind of noodle that's fried in sauce, usually with mayonnaise and other toppings. There might be some pork in there as well. And yakisoba is eaten by itself. It's a very common thing to have at like a bar or festival or something like that. But then yakisoba pan is putting the yakisoba inside of bread, and then they sell it at convenience stores a lot. Go to a bread store. Um, so here are the favorite mechs. Looks like this guy is the top guy. Pretty sweet looking mech. Yeah, and there's just a ton of other questions in here that I'm not. This I think is pretty cool. Is that there is about 6 pages of asking Kamitani-san. I think he's called George Kamitani. Yeah, Joji. Um, yeah, so George Kamitani, they're asking him all kinds of, um, please explain this puzzle, this question that I had puzzling about. So, yeah, like most Vanillaware games, this is gonna be a pretty, um, yeah. So that's 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. Can't wait to play it. I think that playing it in Japanese might be difficult. Hopefully, it's coming out in English. Like I said, I'll do some research. That's happening. If it's not happening, I'll most likely buy the Japanese stumble. Um, yeah. The next game, I don't really know what it's called. Shoujo Chi, Shoujo Chi something. No, Dokuma. I have no idea. This Oku. Is that like poison? Oh, okay. Musume. That's what it's. Oku Musume. Oh, like poison girl or. I don't know. The art in this is really gorgeous. If you can see some of the screens here, this game is coming to Switch and PlayStation 4. Yeah, very bright, colorful game coming from Nippon Ichi Software. Definitely gonna. But yeah, it just looks really brooding and um, yeah, bright, bright on one page, brooding on another. Very anime. If you like things that come from um, the other game that they have in here, which I have not ever seen before, is this game called Remothered Tormented Fathers. It's a horror game. Um, it is from a studio called 3 Goo, I believe. The number 3 and then GO. Coming to PlayStation 4 and Switch. Is that the producer? Or I mean the developer? No, I think the developer is called Stormmind Games. Yeah, maybe the publisher. Yeah, it looks pretty interesting. I haven't seen anything before about it, so I was kind of interested to mention that in passing. The next thing we were gonna. Okay, so the huge PlayStation um, feature that they have in here. So yeah, this is basically kind of like going into. I think probably PlayStation was a little jealous of the amount of coverage that last week. Let's just get some information here about some of the most wanted games that they have coming out this year. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Jesus, is that really coming out next month? Cyberpunk 2077 is coming out. Ghost of Tsushima says it's coming out in summer. Last Last of Us Part 2 is. So these are user recommended titles. We have 20 games here. It looks like they surveyed 688 people, and these are what they got back. Um, Number one isn't really surprising, and it's Monster Hunter recommendation. Number two very much surprises me. Like I am blown back by number two is Detroit Become Human. Now, um, I don't know. Like, yeah, wondering what it is. I mean, yeah, why? This game was not really viewed well. What from what I heard, yeah, it was basically another. Who was the developer? Um, yeah, Quantic Dreams. So, yeah, it's just another Quantic Dream game. So, I yeah, it really surprises me that this maybe the translation was really good, and it is kind of like an easy game to get through. So maybe Japanese people tend to like buy a game and immediately then go and sell it. Not like renting is in America though, but yeah, I just think they're used to buying games and quickly playing through. Might have just been something quick that people get through. I'm not really sure. Maybe I'll read this little snippet. The points that it's got some comments here from. Well, let's just read through. Yeah, this person said when they first played it, they were moved. Oh, after first playing it, they were moved. Um, they want other people to try it. Um, um, yeah, this person said that it was like being able to play their own the choices of their own movie um, is how it felt to them. Um, yeah, they just recommend that when you're playing it, you should choose the choices for yourself. Basically, like I think don't go back and like remake decisions. Just play it the first time yourself. Um, this this person says it made him like question himself, um, maybe whether he was like a robot or not. Um, yeah, this guy says that there's tons of choices, and people that play it will have very different stories. Uh, um, this person says that the game looked gorgeous throughout, and they said that yeah, the reason it looks so beautiful is because of the PlayStation 4's power. So this person says that this game gives you the sense of so this is where games have gotten to. Yeah, so it seems like yeah, people are pretty impressed by it. Let's move on. Number three, Death Stranding. Number three, also. I don't know. Maybe it's a printing error because like they have points assigned to these, which I think people chose. Um, people chose which titles they wanted in which spot, and so each point is associated with where the position is. Like Monster Hunter got 211 points. Detroit Become Human had 200. So the number three and number four got different points. So I think it's just a printing error. It should be number four. But Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Surprise. Number five, Marvel's Spider Man. Marvel's a pretty big property. Number 6, Near Automata. I yeah. Number 7, Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm surprised there's not more RPG type stuff here. Maybe that's just my stereotyping of Japan. Um, Number 8 is Witcher 3. Wild Hand. That's surprising. But I guess Cyberpunk 2077 is a must-wanted game, so maybe maybe the developer, CG Project Red, quite popular. Number 9, Persona 5, and number 10 is the cover story, 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim. Quickly, let's just go through 11 to 20. Monster Hunter World, Iceborne, Persona 5 is a Royal, Bloodborne, Dragon Quest 11, Last of Us Remastered, Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain, Final Fantasy 15, Red Dead Redemption 2, Dragon Souls 3, Rainbow Six Siege, and then Kingdom Hearts 3. Interesting list. There's some things on there that I definitely found interesting. The top sellers in Japan for the PlayStation's lifespan. Yeah, let's just look at the top 10. Monster Hunter World, not surprising. Dragon Quest 11, not surprising. Final Fantasy 15, yeah, not surprising. Kingdom Hearts 3, not surprising. Call of Duty, Black Ops 4, not surprising. Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom. Monster Hunter World, Iceborne, Master Edition, okay. Minecraft PlayStation 4 Edition, that's surprising. Not it. Nier Automata is number 9, and then Resident Evil 2 made number 10. That's been selling pretty good, it looks like. Grand Theft Auto 5 is number 14. I kind of would have thought that would have been higher. Number 21 is actually the Master Kingdom Hearts. This next part asks some famous people what their top games are. I don't. Probably not out. They've got game creators, idols, manga creators. The next section, they are putting the best reviewed games for categories like dramatic games, thrilling game, action game. I don't think we really need to go long. But yeah, some of the best indie games are here. I'll go through a few of the. Yeah, there's a game by Playism called Valhalla, written VA 11 Hall A. Number 2 is Celeste. Number 3 is Gorogoa. I played Gorogoa and really. Slay the Spire is number 4. Fucking great game. Number 5, Salt and Sanctuary. Number 7, Ruiner. I wasn't that impressed with Ruiner, but. Number 9 is Ace of Shift. Oh god, that's like the okay. I know what this is. The no, it's actually Ace of Seafood. Whatever. Number 6 is Untitled Goose Game. Oh, I skipped it. Salt and Sanctuary number 5. Untitled Goose Game number. Ruiner number 7. Number 8 is Dead or School. Number 10 is Subarashi Will Amazing World. It looks into some of the PSVR games. I'd really like to get a PSVR. Bunch of question and answer type thing. Japanese people are still fucking like have questions about how to buy downloadable content. Something interesting is right here. There's going to be some new colors for the DualShock. I kind of like this one, this rose gold, and then also this berry blue. Don't really need a new controller, but who knows? Maybe find one. Yeah, a huge thing about Neo 2. They've been really pushing that in this magazine. This one is much more words, so it's much more going into about the game. Have some of the producers come in. Are these producers? Yeah, these are all producers. They had them come in and gave an interview. So, be interesting. Do it for it. One last thing, as always, talk about snacks. Up here, Mini Stop has a new cherry ice cream flavor. This guy right here is a tempura shrimp onigiri. Not sure what this is off. So like a creme brulee. Some kind of salad. Soup. Lawson is got a seafood yakisoba. Looks pretty good. Mini Stop has a steak sauce hamburger. Going to be a super cup, the type of ramen or anime kingdom, quite popular. Buta kimchi fire ramen. I'll have to try that. Yeah, there's a couple more ramens here that look miso flavors, soy flavor. Not a big fan. I like tonkotsu. There is new takenoko candy that is chestnut flavored. Be all right. Butter and soy sauce flavor. I don't know. Are they? I think these are called cottage fries or waffle fries. Waffle fries. And a new flavor of kakipi. Yeah, this week's snacks is a bit lacking, but to make up for it, I brought my own snack today. Enjoyed it very much. Yeah, that's this week in Famitsu. I'm gonna read more into these articles throughout this week. Maybe tomorrow I'll put up an article, maybe talking about Ushio on my website. So check that out. Might even put up an article. Very interested in that and bottom of whether that's coming to America. Since I don't have Animal Crossing to play, I got plenty of time to do all that. Yeah, so I'll catch you next week. Talk about next week's games. Hopefully, tell you what Animal Crossing is like. But I suppose it'll be coming out right about this. I probably won't be playing it until after I record the podcast. I am going to get something to eat because I am fan. Yeah, probably gonna play some games. Yeah, catch you again next week. Paul Smith. My website is OWR Games, as you see there. Yeah, just go to owrgames.com site. Follow me on Facebook at games. Twitter OWR Games. My private Twitter is SOHACHUKO CHO13, and lots of Mixer is SO Pachuco 13. So you can follow my Mixer, and I usually have the chat up here while I'm podcasts. Talk any more about any of the individual articles. Try to catch me live. I might try to like switch around when I'm putting up this podcast. I should probably try to aim for wake American audience. So instead of doing at this time, 7 o'clock in the morning Central Time on Friday, I might actually wait until Saturday morning to start doing this and post the video maybe Saturday night. That way, probably watch. I spent a lot of time this week working on my website. A lot of stuff in the background. Doesn't look any different, but trying to get. So yeah, want to work more. And the last thing. Follow me, please. Encourage me to keep up with this. So, I think I've been pretty good. I've done it 3 weeks in a row. Pretty good about that. Give me a slap on the back by following my. Go to my website, make a couple of clicks. Because one of the things I did do was to get my Google AdSense. That yeah, knows you're clicking stuff and count. All right. Well, yeah. Again, Paul Smith, OWR Games. See you next week. Johnny.